What's up, everyone? What's going on? It's been a little while. We took a couple weeks off, took some time off, haven't been racing. I'm going to be honest, I just haven't wanted to. There's been places racing, there's been opportunities to go race, and I just didn't do it. I had no motivation to come out here and work on anything. I didn't want to go to the track. I didn't want to race. It wasn't there. I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't wanting to do it. The motivation was zero. I was kind of down and having a pity party, I guess. And honestly, it's been a little bit of a rough year. Not so much like results wise on the track. I mean, we've had some DNFs and we've had some DQs and we've had some just maybe not so great finishes, but overall, I do feel like we're making gains and we're going in the right direction. When even even with the DNFs and stuff, we've shown good speed and shown progress, and like that, we're headed in the right direction. That's all great. And the issue has honestly been mostly stuff off the track, just a lot of things adding up. Before the season even started, I went through a lot of crap and with someone who I thought was a good friend of mine. I thought we were buddies. I thought everything, I thought we were good pals. And honestly, I feel very betrayed and like stabbed in the back by this person. And it ended up costing me like $500-600. That's a lot of money. That's some tires or engine rebuilds. And I just felt very betrayed by that. So I started off the year not on a good note. And then we had some other things come up, unexpected expenses, like the generator broke, so we had to get a new generator. And then one night coming home from Wheelersburg, we, had to lock the brakes up on the truck and trailer, and the air tank went for a ride, and we had to buy a new air tank, and just like unexpected engine rebuilds. So we have an engine off right now that we're getting redone, and just like unexpected expenses that we weren't really planning on. So like the racing account got just absolutely drained, and just random other stuff that happens off the track. The truck got hit at Martinville. That someone hit our truck with their trailer and like ripped the door off of it. So just a bunch of things kind of added up and just piled on, and I just needed a break, I guess, and I wasn't really feeling it. And crap happens, but it all just finally caught up to me, I guess. From being betrayed by someone who I thought was a friend, and it ended up costing me a bunch of money, to just other things going wrong and piling up, and getting the truck getting hit, and stuff like that. And honestly, the people throwing the trash around at Martinville bugged me, because that whole race was for Ron and to raise money for Ron, and people had to go out and ruin it. Now Martinville's not even racing. They're done for the year. So it's just like stupid people and unexpected expenses and stuff. So I was definitely down and not feeling racing and not wanting to do it, but I'm feeling better. I'm wanting to go out there again. So, we've got stuff to do. Obviously, neither one of the karts have engines on them. I got to get tires buffed. I got to get tires sized. I don't know really the plan is for this video, I guess, or where we're racing. We might go to Farmers this Saturday. Today is Thursday. The plan was actually, I started feeling really good around all of a sudden, and I was actually going to try and get ready for Wheelersburg for tomorrow, but Wheelersburg canceled. So we might go to Farmers, or this might be the Clay City video. We are for sure going to Clay City for the one, which is the what was supposed to be the Midwest Race of Champions. This was the original Midwest Race of Champions date. That race got canceled. Unfortunately, Eldora didn't want to hold it anymore, so they moved it to Clay City, but then it got canceled from Clay City, and Bear Tomovich is putting the one on. So hopefully that race happens, I guess, but this is either going to be Farmers and we might go race for Larry, or we're going to, this will be the Clay City video. I don't know yet, but just wanted to give you all an update on why we haven't been racing, why we haven't been anywhere, why there's been no videos. It just didn't want to do it, Like I said, a lot of unexpected expenses, and like I have no sponsors. I don't make any money from the YouTube videos or anything like that. So there was nothing coming in to help fund the racing, because we have other bills. We have the house and just normal life stuff. And I don't know, it might have been me just being dramatic, but I didn't feel like racing was the most important thing there, especially with all the other stuff that had happened and had been going on. So yeah, is what it is. But I'm back. I'm feeling okay. We're gonna go race. Not sure yet. Not sure where, but just to give you all an update, just stuff piled on and didn't really feel like racing. So anyway, enough of the pity party. I'm going to get to work, start buffing some tires so we can get ready for Clay City, because Farmers is open tire rule, and I don't have Vegas, and I'm sure as hell not running Burris there if that's where we end up going. But I want to get a little bit of a head start for Clay City, so that's what we're going to do here. Going to start getting some Burris ready. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with me, and that's all, I guess. I also didn't really feel like we had the stuff to go and race, I guess. Like, we have the karts and we have even the tires now, But my engine builder did admit at the beginning of the year that our engines were not made for big tracks. They were made for short tracks. And a lot of what we've been running has been bigger tracks. You know, the farm track, Wheelersburg, Ashway's pretty big. Clay City's bigger, if you know what I mean. Like, you know, not short tracks. So Ben-Hur, we were going to go to Ben-Hur for the True Midwest Kart Series race, and I backed out of that. I didn't want to go to that because I just felt like we didn't have the horsepower for it. I felt like we didn't have the engines because, like I said, he admitted to me that these are short track engines. They're not built for the bigger, longer tracks. And I just didn't want to like put in the time and the effort to go knowing that I was going to be out horsepowered. You know what I mean? Like, Ben-Hur's pretty long drive. It's 4.5 hours away. And it's like, do I really want to drive 4.5 hours to not even be on pace? You know what I mean? Like, if we go there and we miss it on setup or we miss it on tires or we wreck or what, you know, that's all part of it. But like, getting ready to go race knowing that you just don't even have the power to go down the straightaway, I guess, is a bit of a bummer. So that was another reason, you know, on top of everything else, everything, like I said, everything piled on, but it's okay. We got an engine out. We're going to get that made for big tracks. And yeah, hopefully we can have that soon. I'd like to have it for the Charlie Floyd race at Wheelersburg, but we'll see. Anyway, that's that. I'm going to get to work. I'm going to bust some tires. All right, so obviously Wheelersburg and Farmers didn't happen because you're just now watching this video. They both got rained out. So this is now the Clay City video for the one, which is what they're calling it. This is the original date of the Midwest Race of Champions, which got canceled for this year, unfortunately. On top of every other race that's been scheduled at Clay City. So counting back to last year and then all of this year, I think we've had 10 races on our schedule for Clay City, and we've ran it one time. And that was the night that the track was absolutely awful, and there was a dirt bike jump coming out of turn 2. So hopefully this weekend's better. Hopefully they have the track better. I know there's new people in charge there, new people running it. They've done a lot of work. I've seen pictures of the pits and everything, and it looks amazing. Now, there are some Debbie Downers out there that don't think this race is going to happen. They think it's going to get canceled just like all the others, or it's going to rain or something, or that they just think it's not going to get ran. I'm choosing to be optimistic and think that it is going to get ran. We've already started getting tires ready, and we're going to take this kart here and run 390. 390 is the Grover Memorial. The reason being that we're only going to run 390 is, one, this kart is scaled out for 390 from Martinville, and two, the entry fees are very expensive. They're all like $80, and we're poor. So, and three is we're a little down on horsepower, I feel, so I really don't want to go and spend $70 and $80 on 2 or 3 classes when I don't really think we have the horsepower to really go out there and do much. And, you know, it kind of feels like maybe a little bit of a waste of money. So it'll save on money, it'll save on tires, because we're not gonna have to run all these. Obviously, if we're only running one class, we're gonna need 3 or 4 sets tops. So save on tires, save on money, and honestly kind of save on our emotions, so we're not out there just getting beat up for 2 or 3 classes. We only get beat up for 1 class. We do have something in the works to try and help out the horsepower game, but we'll see how that goes. But as of right now, that's the plan. I also have an idea. Sorry, I'm sweating. I just got done cutting grass and it's freaking hot. But I do have an idea that I haven't told Kirk yet, so I'm not going to reveal that on here. But I'm going to talk to her, see what she says. I don't think she'll like my idea, but I'm going to run it past her anyway just to see. So, yeah. That's that. We've already started on tires. I'm going to get the engine on this bad boy, and we're going to get ready to go to Clay City, Kentucky for the one, which is in place of the Midwest. And I guess that's it. We'll see you there. All right, so Kirk didn't go for my secret idea. She said that was dumb, and then she called me a bunch of really mean names. So
I did not. I did say it was dumb, but I didn't call you mean names.
Anyway, she called me a bunch of mean names. So instead of doing my idea, we are now headed to Wheelersburg Raceway. We're going to do some local Friday night points racing. So tomorrow will still be Clay City, but this video has now changed. It's going to be very different. So we're headed to Wheelersburg. Kirk was mean to me and called me names and said my idea was stupid, but we're on our way. We're not going to make it in time for registration, so I'm hoping I can have someone sign me in before we get there. But yeah, we're cutting a little close.
Yeah, using the white card.
27. I got powder. I got powder. Yeah, that's soft. Just skating the right front real bad.
Yeah, you gotta go back down.
Second call for
I can't see right now. It's on the wrong screen.
Doesn't matter, that sucked anyway.
You still gotta go up.
It's the same.
I'm still recording video.
last night. What are your thoughts at Wheelersburg?
I really thought we could maybe win the heavy, and we didn't. We ended up in heavy, was it third?
Third.
But
Not even second.
starting position didn't help us. Tires come in a little late, but still it was a good run because the ones that's in front of you, you caught them. And it's just a matter of the tires coming in a little late on that. And in the medium, we knowed Harmon pretty much had everybody covered.
Yeah.
But we had a legitimate, definitely was probably the next strongest kart there. The tires come in a little bit earlier in that race and helped us, but Harmon was just good.
He's got to
We just needed a little something. Hadn't figured that part out yet, but we used to run Wheelersburg all the time, and the track's pretty much the same. It's always well prepared, pretty smooth, very easy on tires. And I think it's just a matter of hitting it right on the durometer with the tires is the big thing right now. And like I said, we're off a little bit on the gear, but we've been running small gears this year, so we're still learning about the small gears. Once we get them figured out, I think we could go down and win. We've raced there, I think, 5 different times.
I think we need to get a little more HP if we want to win. But
3 or 4 of those was big shows, and so we're doing all right. Traveling a lot this year. Haven't raced as much, but then again, it's rained. But sometimes when you take a couple of weeks off, I think sometimes it's good for you because it gives you a chance to refresh and regroup and do a little thinking. But last night we done all right. A second and a third. So that's our thoughts about last night, and
that's that.
want to go back and win a couple features down there.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. We're have to get a little more HP if we want to try and win down there.
Do what now?
So we're gonna need a little more HP if we want to win down there because we don't really have the pulling power. But whatever.
All right.
On to Clay City.